Why, hello everybody, and welcome to Music Class with Mr. R. Here we are at week number 9 now, and as you can see, the sun's going down, kids are asleep, but it's time for you and me to get to work, so let's go. Why, hello everybody, and welcome to Music Class with Mr. R. So happy to see you again. Here we are at week number 9. My goodness, well past 2 months of remote learning. It's been 2 months since we last saw each other, and man, do I know that you miss me. I know, my amazing jokes, my fun personality, and wow, I can't even continue on with all the amazing things about me. I know, we'll be here all day, and that'll be the whole video, I know. So let's get started right away, because I want to show you something really cool today. So, the last 2 weeks right now, we've been talking about Chrome Music Lab, and I have been absolutely loving all the songs that you have been sending me. It's absolutely amazing that even though we're not in the same room as each other, we are still able to share music, and I can see some of the creations that you can make. It's really amazing how Google has helped us out that way. So this week is going to be the last and final week of doing Chrome Music Lab. I know, if you loved it, well, you can do it more at home, and if you didn't like it, it's coming to the end. So this is going to be our last week doing the Chrome Music Lab, and in this last and final week, it's sort of going to be a all-in kind of you do everything aspect to it. The first week was sort of just exploring everything that Google had and then making a quick little song. Last week it was I created one part of a song and then you made the other part to it. In this week, you're doing everything and I'm just going to be listening to it. But of course there's going to be some rules and some guidelines. So let's get to it right now. So hop on my computer, please. Alright, so here we are at the school's website, and I don't know why, but for some reason, here we are with almost 2 months of remote learning, and some people still don't know how to get to my website. I don't quite know how that's possible, but let me walk you through those steps again. You go to the school's webpage, you click on Staff List, because that's who I am, I'm a staff, and you scroll all the way to the bottom where it says Mr. Richardson, and you click on Visit Site. And there it is. There's my site right there. And again, if you have questions or problems, you absolutely can go ahead and just email me or notify me. I'd be more than happy to help you. So now that we're here on my webpage, all we need to do is click on the grade that we are right now. Let's just pretend that we're in 5th grade right now. And we'll scroll all the way to the bottom. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but I am loving all of these pictures that Mr. R has been making. I know, I'm really getting pretty tech savvy here, so pretty excited. And I don't have the, when you click on here, you'll be able to view the video that is playing right now. I'm in the process of making it right now, so obviously I can't click on the video, but you'll have access to it. So let's go ahead and click on the word link though, because that's going to bring you to our Chrome Music Lab. Now, something different that I'm doing this week is I've changed the platform a little bit. So in the past, you've had a total of 7 notes to choose from to make your song. The bad thing about using 7 notes is that it's easy to make sounds that don't sound good. In music, sometimes there's some notes that go together very nicely, and sometimes there are notes that don't go together nicely. In this week's lesson, I've only given you a choice of 5 notes or 5 colors. And basically what I did was I took away all of the bad sounding notes. So that means it's impossible for you to make a bad song this week. I've taken away all notes that can sound awful and bad, and everything that you make is gonna sound good. Now, that being said, if you just light up the entire screen, of course that's going to sound bad. We want to make sure that we give some gaps and some spaces and don't make so many colors all at once. But for the most part, the colors that I did give you are going to sound nice together. So here we are, we're back on our screen now, and what I want you to do right away is you'll notice I have one color lit up, and that color is the color that we're going to be starting on. And go ahead right now, I want you to go ahead and end on that same color, except instead of clicking this red right here, the one that I'm showing you right now, let's go ahead and make it this higher red right here. That's the one that I want lit up. But let's move it over one extra spot. There we go. So now we have our starting point and ending point. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a sort of a map or a path that goes from our first red dot to our last red dot. And I'm going to simply just hold down my mouse and make some waves and make sure it ends there. And now let's hear what it sounds like. Alright, maybe that will sound better if I change the instruments around. So let's go ahead, instead of marimba, let's click on synth. It's my favorite one that I like. Ugh, that sounded like garbage. Ugh, we don't want that. Let's get rid of that right now. Let's change it again. Let's go to piano. Ugh, that sounded just as bad. So, obviously, you're noticing right now that I just can't make squiggle lines to make a song. Even though I've gotten rid of all of the bad notes, just making any shape or any design is not going to help us out. We need to be thoughtful and we need to figure out what's going to sound good and bad. So let's break it down a little bit. Alright, so let me get rid of all this junk by just hitting the undo button. Alright, so now I have my starting point and my ending point. Let's be a little more thoughtful here. Well, what I'm going to want to do is I'm looking at my design, my grid lines here, and I see I have kind of 2 boxes per column. That is sort of kind of important. That's going to help us out creating rhythms. So maybe I want to have 2 in here and then only 1 in the next column. We want 2 in here and then only 1 in the next column. 2 in one column and 1, and then 1 in the other column. So I have a pattern of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Are you getting the idea? Now I don't really care what boxes you pick, as long as your pattern is a 2 pattern, then a 1 pattern, a 2 pattern, and a 1 pattern. And have you noticed right now that I've stayed on the lower half of my lines? Please make sure you do that. It's going to be really important for the next part. So I'm going to continue this pattern of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. And I don't like how I have just a whole bunch of oranges always in the same spot, but that's what I picked, so that's what it's going to be. I don't feel like changing it right now. Let's hear it. Alright. Now that I have my pattern of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all in the lower part of the chrome, can you guess what we're going to do next? We're going to work on the upper part. And for the upper part, we're going to do the exact opposite. So instead of doing a pattern of 2, 1, 2, 1, we're going to start with a 1 and then a 2. Let me show you what I mean. So again, in this first column here, I have 2 on the bottom. So up here, I'm going to do 1, and that's it. Now in the next column, I have 1 on the bottom, but I'm going to do 2 on top. And I'm going to keep this idea of going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And basically, for every column that I used, if the lower part has 2, the upper one has 1. If the lower one has 1, the upper one has 2. We want to do opposites. So let me go ahead and finish up this little pattern that I made. And I think that should just about do it. Did I do this right? 2, oh, no, see that. I made a mistake, right? 2, 1, 2, and I put 2 there. That should be a 1. That should be a 2. That should be a 1. That should be a 2. That should be a 1. And that should be a 2. There we go. Now we have our right pattern set up. Alright, so we have now a pattern that is opposite to each other. We have a lower part that sounds good. We have an upper part that's going to sound good. Let's hear it together. Yeah, that sounds really good. But we're obviously missing something. What are we missing? We're missing the beat, the drums. We're missing that under part that gives us a nice solid foundation that has a sort of a groove to it. So we have my piano sound, that's these color notes, and the electronics here. This is the second one. That's the other one that we can use. I'm going to be very, very free, and I'm going to just let you pick whichever one that you would like. Again, my favorite is either the electronic one or the kit one. I'm going to go with electronics just because I like it. And let's continue in a pattern here. Let's continue in a pattern of a 1 and then a 2 pattern. A 1 and a 2 pattern. And I want you to think about that kind of idea of a 1 or a 2. Or maybe you want to start with a 2, and that would simply mean that your next column would be a 1. This is our pattern. It's a 1 to 2 pattern. So you get to pick. So you get to pick whether you want to start with a 1 or a 2. I don't care, but make sure that I see a pattern. Make sure I see patterns. So let me continue in this pattern here. Oops, I messed up right there. And there's 2, there's 1, there's 2. I want 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. I think I did that right. Let's hear what it sounds like. Here we go. And there we have it. We have a world-class song that will probably go on iTunes, make millions of dollars, and I'll be super famous. I know, I know. You can hear the applause right now. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know, please. No, please, calm down, please, thank you. All right, so once you have your completed song, all right, and I see that you have a pattern of 2 and 1s happening, what happens next? Well, you have to send it to me. How do we do it? Well, again, click on the word save. We hit that copy link, and then you either email me that link, you put it in a Google Doc and share it to me, or some of you have just been opening up a Google Chat form for me and sending it that way. Either way is fine. Whichever way you find easier is fine, as long as I get that recording. Alright everybody, so that concludes this week's lesson of Chrome Music Lab. And like I said, this is going to be the last week of doing this, and then next week we're going to start something completely new. Last but not least, I want to give you some really important information, and that is this coming Friday, May 22nd at 10 a.m., Mr. R is going to be on TV. Yes, that's right, you heard me. I'm going to be on TV. Mr. R is going to be part of a teacher's channel where I'm going to be instructing and teaching over television. Some schools and some families in the state of New Jersey don't have access to computers or internet, but they have TV. So NJTV has created a teacher channel, and every single day, Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to I want to say about noon or 1, is they're playing teacher lessons everywhere from math to science to language arts to foreign languages and even art and music. So I'm going to be presenting a lesson that it's kind of catered to 4th grade, but any grade can do it. It doesn't matter if you're in 1st grade or 6th grade. You'll have success in this lesson. I really hope that you get the chance to watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You get to make music at home, and I think you'll love seeing me on TV. Many of you have a small computer and you're just seeing my face on like a 12 or 13 inch screen. But if you have like a 50 or 60 or 70, 80 inch TV, man, am I gonna look good on that. I know. Thank you again. I know. I really hope that you get a chance to watch it though. I really took a long time creating some fun lessons with that, and I think you'll enjoy it. Again, that's gonna be this Friday, May 22nd at 10 a.m. It's on the NJTV channel. For me, that's channel 23. It might be different for you, so kind of check it beforehand. Find the NJTV channel, and that's what it is. Friday at 10 a.m. Alright everybody, so I hope everyone stays safe, is healthy, is happy, and what do I always say at the end of every lesson? Try to keep some music in your life. Bye guys.